Hi there, my name is Benita, and I'm here today because I want to talk to dental management, front desk business admin, and front desk administrators about some information and work that we can do while we're working from home right now and our offices are closed. The first thing I want to talk about is staying connected to our patients. There's a lot of great information out there that I've been watching on social media from some of great, wonderful thought leaders in our dental community right now, Canadian and in the US. So they have some great ideas that we can use to stay connected to our patients. I'm not going to give you a bunch of different ideas today. What I do want to talk about is coming together as a team, staying connected to your team as well, and making a decision on sort of what will work best for you and your office in terms of connecting to your patients and what you want to say. So, maybe have each team member get together a couple of ideas. They can look online as well, or their own ideas. Meet virtually with your team, discuss what's going to represent you as a practice and a team the best, and make some decisions on how you're going to stay connected to your patients in that way. So what I do want to talk about with that is how you're going to stay connected with your patients. So we've got in our dental practice management software, a lot of the software, if you've either added on this module or it comes with it, has the ability to email and text and maybe automated voicemail confirmations to your patients. So using that same area in your software, they may be able to help you stay connected via email or newsletter. I do encourage text messaging as well. I think that's for a big demographic of patients, a great way to connect, and you're going to get engagement back, I find, with a text message and as well with phone calls. So you get more engagement back from your patients, which is what we want, right? We want to stay connected. A couple of softwares that I've used that also do this, and I find it beneficial to use external software sometimes versus our practice management software, because these particular businesses are solely focused on staying connected to your patients. They offer a lot of other different areas that they can help you manage your practice. They give you metrics, they pull information from your software to help you build and grow. But today I'm only talking about how to stay connected using those softwares. And why I recommend doing a little bit of research right now, we have time into these external communication software, is because, again, that's their sole focus. And they've done a lot of market research, have a lot of data on what patients really like to receive, how they respond better. And again, that's their profession. So I want to talk about a couple of Canadian software companies. They are from the West Coast. They're more local. And being that I'm from the West Coast and Canadian, I want to totally support them, and I think they offer something very amazing. So the first one I want to chat about is Recall Max. They, again, as their name says, they have a big focus on recall, which is a big part of our practice, but we're not talking about that today. But they do have the ability to help you stay connected to your patients remotely from home digitally, okay? And some great, wonderful ideas on how to do so in a professional manner. So that's one software you can look into with your team. You can get demos. Again, everything's demo online, and you can connect to them and learn something new while we're at home and take it back to the practice when you reopen. The second one I want to talk about is called Easy Market. They are now called Intibio. They've rebranded, and they offer an amazing way to connect to patients, awesome texting system so you can stay connected via text, and great graphics and things that you can build into a really wonderful newsletter, and they'll help you with all of that. Okay, because I know a lot of us haven't done any of that. We're not going to do that on our own. And we do want someone with a professional insight, especially to our profession, on what would be best to send them. So they're a great company to help you with that. And one of the big things with them right now that really impressed me was they thought outside the box when they're now offering 1 month complimentary to dental offices across Canada to try this software. So knowing that we are not open right now and we're not going to incur new expenses, they've said, you know what, you've got to stay connected. You got to keep building your business, and hey, get to know us, and we're going to connect you for free. So they're going to connect it to your practice management software with your IT company, and they're going to show you how to use how to connect to your patients using this software. I'm not sure if they're going to go beyond that in terms of maximizing the use of the software, because we're not going to do that right now anyway. But if you do stay with them and decide to become their client, then of course they're going to show you all that and how you can maximize the usage. But for now, I recommend you look into that, take advantage of their offer, get to know what they can do for you, so you can stay connected to your patients. The third software that I think is amazing as well is called Weave. It's from the USA. It has been around a long time. So look into that one as well. Just look into all three and see what works for you. But maybe the first step would be to try Intivio, because it is complimentary. I know it's good. I know it works. So you can try that so you can get going on your patient connection. The second thing I want to talk about is, what we can do to clean up an area of our practice so when we go back in, we feel like we're one step ahead. And that's your accounts receivable. So we can work on that remotely from home. And today I'm talking only about insurance accounts receivable, okay? So there's going to be more than one part to this. Today I'm going to talk about the first area that I find is more lowest hanging fruit and can be easier to clean up to get you going and give you some positive vibes on, and hey, I'm getting something cleaned up here, and it's particularly easy to do. Just going to take you dialing into this report. So in your practice management software, there's a report that I want you to pull and I want you to look at. And if you have never used this report before, you're going to contact your practice management software company and ask them how to get there. This report is where you would go to see all of your claims sent electronically or manually, okay? Within that report, you're going to be able to dial into specifics. And the two specifics I need you to look at are claims that have never been sent out and claims that are rejected. Okay, so those are the two reports that I want us to look at: claims never sent out, claims rejected. Then the second thing is I want you to look at that report. You're going to have tons of stuff on there if you've never looked at this report before, okay? So don't get overwhelmed. Look at the report in the last 12 months. Okay, so do a date range of the last 12 months if it allows you to do that. Sometimes it just says recent or old, so I don't know what their differentiating intervals are there, but work with your software company to see, how you can dial into a 12-month report. I just want you to see how many patients are on that report, so you kind of get an idea of where you're at as a practice. For you to start the work, start with the last most current 3 months. And I say that because claims that have never been sent out in the last 3 months, you might have, some insurance companies might be longer than that, but a lot of them allow you to resend within 3 months. Okay, some of them are shorter, I know, but majority last 3 months allow you to click, 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 hopefully, and resend electronically to get paid for the work that we've done. Okay, so that's for claims never ever sent out manually electronically. Then on that report for the last 3 months, you're going to have your rejected claims. Usually there's a lot more of those than claims not sent out. Okay, so rejected claims, you're going to need to open each of those patient files, open the ledger, and look and see on that EOB why it was rejected. Okay, sometimes with that, we can fix that internally ourselves. So now we have that time that you can dig deep into the patient file and make sure that the ID number is correct within the family. Sometimes some people use software differently than others, and instead of copying information within the family for insurance, I've seen people re-enter different bits of information, and then it gets entered incorrectly, say for the spouse. So see what's wrong in that claim. Try to correct it internally. Quite commonly, it's a dependent code. I always encourage front desk to take a scan of everyone's insurance card when you have it, or ask them to send you a picture of it. So you always have that copy in their scanned folder, so you can go back to make sure you have everything correct. And then if you can't correct that internally to get it sent out electronically, then you can pick up the phone now and call your patient and ask for their help. Ask for their help in clearing this up, because you just maybe need to reaffirm their insurance information, ask if there's a change on the plan. You now can also call the insurance company to see what clarification you can get from them. Again, we have a little more time right now, so we're not so hesitant to pick up the phone for the insurance company and ask for their help, wait on hold and ask for their help. So your goal here is to clean up those rejected claims and find out why they were rejected and make them right, okay? So there'll be some that you can send out electronically when you do get your cleanup done, and there'll be others that won't accept it electronically and you have to do a manual claim. So for those that don't go out electronically that were rejected, you need to print the manual claim and again, connect to your patient and let them know that you're going to have to send this to them via mail right now. And if they can please sign this for you so you can really make sure this claim gets paid for when you return to the practice. So the patient's going to expect a claim to come to them. On the claim form you're going to send out to your patient, please highlight or put big red X's in the areas that you need the patient to sign to make sure the claim gets paid to you. Nothing worse than getting that claim back and your processes are all done and you open up the envelope and there's one area that's not signed. And so you still can't send it to the insurance plan to get paid. So make it very, very clear for your patients where to sign, okay? The area that we stamp with our doctor's signature or sign off on to authorize the claim, do not sign that until you get the claim back into your hands with the patient's signature. So do not sign that and send that to the patient to then sign, okay? Sign that area for the practice when it comes back to us. We want to do everything we can to make sure this claim is assigned to the dental office, okay? And then also write, please pay dentist in the left-hand panel where we can put more information into the claim if your claim form doesn't print out with that already. All right, so everything to make sure this claim comes back to us and paid to us. Then, you know, in the olden days when, you know, we used to send out these manual claims all the time to our patients to sign, we used to put a self-addressed stamped envelope in that envelope to the patient so they can just pop that signed claim into that envelope and pop it in the mail back to us. So the less work for the patient, the better, right? So you're going to put an envelope in there with a stamp so that they can pop that into the mail to get back to us. Now, I know that you may not have stamps at home. We're not going out. Patients might not go out right now to pop things in the mail. Fair enough. But let's get the process going. You're going to make all of your notes in that ledger invoice for what you've done to get this claim paid. Okay, specific notes on every single thing you did. Phone call, confirmed dependent number, still didn't go through, mailed patient claim form with self-addressed stamped envelope. So put your story, your insurance story of what you did to get this claim paid so your teammates, when we come back to work, everyone knows what's going on with this claim. We're not repeating ourselves to our patient or wasting our time digging deep again into the claim when you've already done it. Okay, so put your information in there. And then again, you want to, on your report, make some little notes of what you did. You can say, see ledger for note, or make notes right on there. Keep this report, staple it together, put it in a binder or a folder so that when you go back, you can reconcile everything and clean it up even further. Okay, again, so I've given you some info here. You can replay this if you want to take some notes. I'm going to give you my email if you have questions. I have some other tips and tricks I want to give you with this particular report. So my email is benitadentaltrainer@gmail.com, BENITA dentaltrainer, so all one word, @gmail.com. If you email me, again, I'll give you some tips, and I'll also let you know probably next week I'm going to post a second video on the second section of managing our accounts receivable from home so we can keep our practices growing and again, feel like we're ahead of the game when we get back. All right, so good luck with everything and take care.